Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aiden Thatcher here with Reagan's Corner Sports. We have a conference baseball game here today between the 13 and 8 South Central Satellites and the Lacrosse Tigers of 7 and 8. They're 2 and 5 in Porter County Conference. South Central is 6 and 1. Their only loss coming to Boone Grove, who is currently ranked number 1 in Porter County. South Central is coming off a big, tightly contested battle against Hebron. They won that game 8-7. Had a tough start in the first inning. Colin Ward had a little bit of a shaky start, struggled early on, but Bryson Glissick came in to relieve and threw a really good 4 innings. Only gave up 1 run. Team responded really well all around. Good job hitting from everybody. Jackson Boz, Andrew Hoyzar, Bryson Glissick, Bradley Farrell, Zach Hanshire all had big days at the plate. But then the story of the day was Bradley Farrell coming on in relief for Bryson Glissick in a tightly contested game. He got the save. The Hawks just couldn't find an answer for his pitching. He was throwing straight up gas, and they just had no answer. He went 2 innings, only gave up 1 hit, and he got the save. So he was doing a little bit of both hitting and pitching, but Blazing Bradley Farrell, he was my MVP for that last game against the Hawks. These two teams, they know each other pretty well. They met back on April 20th. South Central did come out on top 7-2, but it was a great game still. First game I got to call, so it was very exciting to watch these two teams battle. And I expect nothing less than today being the same. I mean, both teams are very talented. Braden Grass is going to get the start today for the Satellites, and Caden Heminger will be on the bump for the Tigers. He's coming in this year with 0-1 record, but his ERA 2.225 ranks the best among the Tigers pitching. So you could say he is their ace. And Braden Grass, for all you Satellite fans, know that he is a very elite and has a lot of great pitches he go to, has a great fastball, great changeup. So excited to see how these two teams come out today. Face a beautiful day for baseball, as there's our starting lineups for the South Central Satellites. Zach Hanshire, the sensational sophomore, who'll be playing third base today. Gavin Gross, another great sophomore, having a great season, playing second. Bradley Farrell did the pitching on Friday, but going to get a break, so he'll be doing the DH today. Bryson Glissick usually does the DH, sometimes plays first base. He's going to be playing right field today. Jackson Boz has started playing left field a lot recently, but Andrew Hoyzar is going to get the day off, so Jackson Boz will be behind home plate. Matt Knight playing left field. Him and Alex Newburn usually rotate, but Matt Knight's going to get the start today. Had a really nice game a couple weeks ago. Tommy Sullivan playing first base. He'll be batting 7th. Another great sophomore on this team. Jacob Oman, senior, will be batting 8th, playing shortstop. And to round it out, Brandon Young, Mr. Speedy Gonzalez, will be playing center field. He will be batting 9th, and on the mound will be Braden Grass. For the Lacrosse Tigers, Caden Heminger will be on the bump today, and Brandon Tarter will lead them off playing left field. Then number 2, Noah Kneifel, their shortstop, will be batting 2nd. Number 5, Blaine Russ, the third baseman, will be batting 3rd. Number 7, the pitcher, Caden Heminger, will be batting in that 4th spot, number 22. Carter Buckholter, the center fielder, number 17, gets the 5th spot. Jesse Rhoda, the sensational catcher, number 1, batting 6th. Ian Doms, big power hitting first baseman, would be batting 7th, number 13. Cade Kozelke, the right fielder, number 19, he'll be batting 8th. And Tanner Ringel, the second baseman, rounds him out to bat 9th. So there's your starting lineup for your Lacrosse Tigers. As we have a beautiful day here in Lacrosse, Indiana. 2 really good competitive teams here in Porter County. Expect a tightly contested ball game. Early keys for the game, same as always for the Satellites. Trust their hitting. They're very disciplined at the plate. A lot of guys, Brandon Young, Jacob Oman, Zach Hanshire, Bradley Farrell, Matt Knight, all can steal bases. So that's something that Cade Heminger and Jesse Rhoda will have to keep in mind, is the Satellites have stolen 82 bases this year. Yes, I said that correctly, 82. So this is a team that trusts their legs, knows that they can steal bases at will, and they'll be looking to do that today. So Same as always, stick to their strength, trust their legs. And defensively, when this Satellites team plays a good, just solid defensive, has a great defensive game plan, doesn't give up a lot of errors. You see that, the pitcher, Braden Grass, obviously will be on the mound, just gives them a lot of a momentum boost, and, Zach Hanshire, Jacob Oman, two great fielders, Gavin Gross, and obviously the first baseman, Tommy Sullivan, only has one error this year, has a .990 fielding percentage, very elite first baseman. Some would say Gold Glove. So Braden Grass just has to trust his defense behind him. Same thing with Jackson Boz. Andrew Wazar, my co-anchor Dusty, likes to call him the brick wall. I think that nickname fits him perfectly. Doesn't let a lot of balls pass by, but Jackson Boz, that's going to be his job today, so he's got to step in there. But Jackson's also a great defender, great hitter as well. And in the outfield, just a lot of speed in the outfield. Brandon Young, obviously in center field. He leads the team in stolen bases with 18. Bryson Glissick will get the start in right. Matt Knight in left. This team is just really well built defensively. And at the plate, you're not going to find a more disciplined team. They don't swing at pitches outside the zone. They wait for their pitch. They'll take their walks. I mean, this team has a very high average on base percentage. Even their average for hitting is very high with 303. Hit 4 home runs, 34 doubles, 6 triples. So it's a very dangerous hitting team. But defensively, that's going to be where it starts, is just playing a clean game, trust and let Braden Grass have him trust and confidence in his defense, trying to get some ground balls here today. I'm looking for a really close contested game. I'm going to go with a prediction of last game was 7-2. I think the Satellites will add a little bit more runs. I think it'll be about 10-4 going in the Satellites' favor. I think Braden Grass is, one of the better pitchers you're going to find here in Porter County. Just has great control of the strike zone, knows when to throw the right pitch, has that good curveball that he can go to. So it's going to be a tough day for these lacrosse hitters. But, Caden Heminger, also a great pitcher for Lacrosse Tigers. So the South Central Satellites will have their work cut out for him today, as he is probably the ace here for the Tigers, as he has the lowest ERA on the team. The Tigers are led by head coach Eric Tucker. And obviously your South Central Satellites are led by head coach Zach Coulter. We want to give a special shout out to our fan of the year, Mrs. Jensen, Tommy Sullivan's grandma. Thank you for supporting the Satellites, Miss Jensen. We very much appreciate it. And congratulations on winning fan of the year. So those are the X factors, or the notes here, some big takeaways that the Satellites need to keep in mind to help them win this game. But for the Tigers, they're hot. They're red hot. They're coming off 3 massive wins, and not just massive, blowouts, averaging just under 16 runs a game in those 3 games. But also only, as a team, their ERA was a 3.67. So not only were they hitting the ball super well, but pitching, they were doing it on both sides. So they're hot. Let's see if the Satellites can slow down their momentum here. But it's going to be a great game. It's a beautiful day here. Excited to see how these teams come out. Look for the Satellites to come out here aggressive. I know they were down a little hole on Friday, 0-5 or 0-5 after the first inning, but Bryson Glissick came in, calmed them down. Guys got on base. They just played good Satellite baseball, and that's what you want to see here today. Just stick to what they know, stick to their identity, and I think they're going to come out here on top. But, the Tigers have a lot of great hitters, a lot of good players. Obviously, Ian Dons, we talked about him earlier. Blaine Russ will be playing third base, has the highest average on the team. Carter Burkholder, another name to keep an eye out for. Brendan Tarter, he'll be batting first. Noah Knife will be playing shortstop. Jesse Rhoda, obviously great defensive catcher, but can hit as well. So these Tigers, they do not mess around. They're coming here to play. And I'm expecting a tightly contested baseball game here today. The Satellites come in ranked 142nd in the state. They have a +4 run differential. So just a really great season here for the Satellites. Obviously, their only loss in Porter County was to Boone Grove, who's currently ranked number 1. I believe they moved up to about inside the top 50 in the state. So, to only have your one loss to them, that's nothing to hang your heads on. I mean, those guys were, and it was a great, closely contested game. It wasn't like the Satellites. It wasn't like they weren't in their same league. I mean, they competed. It was 8-2 ball game, but Satellites didn't go down easy. They were fighting till the very end. Here comes Zach Coulter and Eric Tucker to meet before this ball game begins. Beautiful day.
Snyder, Eric Snyder.
Eric Snyder, okay. Eric Snyder is the manager for the Lacrosse Tigers.
Yes. My bad, buddy. But yeah, Eric Snyder.
So Snyder will lead here today for the Tigers. Looks like they're going to go over some pre-game rules and regulations here. Beautiful day at Lacrosse. Not super sunny, light clouds. Got a beautiful field here, so expecting a not high scoring, but like I said, 10-4. So I'm expecting a little bit of hitting, but mainly looking out for how these Satellites do on the base pass, and obviously Braden Grass. Love watching him pitch. Excited to see what he does today. So we'll get the national anthem here shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Then we'll have a baseball game here, a conference game. Big conference game, as we are on the verge of the playoffs here. So every one of these are so vital. As there's Zach Hansshire playing third base today. There's Gavin Gross, be the second baseman. There's Bradley Farrell, going to be doing the DHing today.
Number 32 in catching tonight, Jackson Boss. Number 9 in left field, Matt Knight. Number 8 at first base, Tommy Sullivan. Number 3 at shortstop, Jacob Bowman. Number 23 in center field, Brandon Young. And pitching tonight, number 10, Braden Grass. Coach, Zach Coulter.
1, 2, 3, tight.
And now the lineup for your Lacrosse Tigers. Leading off, number 27 in left field, Brendan Turner. Number 5 at third base, Noah Kneifel. Number 7 at shortstop, Blake Rust. On the mound, number 22, Caden Heminger. In center field, number 17, Carter Burkholder. Number 1, catching, Jesse Rhoda. At first base, number 13, Ian Jones. In right field, number 19, Kate Kaselke. And at second base, number 6, Tanner Ringel. Head coach, Eric Snyder. We ask everybody, please rise, remove your hats, in honoring our country with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose breast at the twilight's last gleaming, whose breast
I mean, they're as hot as you're going to get. So Zach Hanshire is going to
And
lead us
leading
off
off,
today,
number
folks.
12, the third baseman, Zach Hanchar.
Zach Hanshire. He's going to deliver the first pitch. We have a baseball game here today, folks, as he takes that one for a called strike. 0-1 here to Zach Hanshire. The 0-1 delivery. Outside corner, ball, good eye there by Zach. A 1-1 upcoming here.
Yeah, Aiden, and with the satellites you're going to have to do today, they're going to have to get on base however they can, whether it's bunting, slapping or driving it. They're going to have to get on base, and while on base, they're going to have – I think they're going to have to be wild on the base pass because, aggression, it usually works out in your favor.
Zach Hanshire fouls it off. I agree completely, Dusty. I think, this Satellites team, like I said earlier, 84 stolen bases. So, that's where they're great at. Excited to see what they do today. Here comes the 2-2 here for Cade Heminger. Called strike 3, first strikeout of the day for Heminger as Zach Hanshire goes down looking. Tough start here for the Satellites, Dusty.
Yeah, tough start, but if you're a Hanchar right there, you'd like to go down swinging rather than going down looking. But it is what it is. One down, and just gotta move on.
It's now the second baseman, Gavin Gross, steps up to the plate. He takes the first pitch for a ball. So 1-0 here to Gavin. Comes the 0-1 delivery. That ball's popped up behind the catcher, but can't make a play on it. So 1-1. Beautiful day for baseball, though, Dusty. It looks absolutely gorgeous out there. So here comes the 1-1. Oof. 2-1 here to Gross.
Yeah, and so South Central, of course, favored in this game, with the 13-8 record compared to Lacrosse's 7-8 record. But, every game like this is not just a gimme. South Central's going to have to work for it. And, they're going to have to do their best to get this win today.
Yeah, you're right, Dusty. These conference games are always, no matter the record, it's a rivalry, it's a conference game, so it's always going to be a battle. As Gavin Gross, there's another strikeout here for Cade Heminger, his second on the day, so back-to-back strikeouts here for the Tigers as Gavin Gross goes down.
Yeah, and so it looks like Heminger is able to work the strike zone here early. So the Satellites are going to have to, crack the code and figure him out.
Came up with a new name for there's the 0-0 delivery as Bradley Farrell takes that for a ball. Said early in the pregame, Dusty, you always call Andrew Wazar the brick wall, so I figured I had to come up with a nickname for somebody. So Bradley Farrell, I'm calling him Blazing Bradley Farrell now because last game he was just blowing guys away with his fastball. So he is now Blazing Bradley Farrell. Got a couple nicknames on this team. Is 1-0 is a called strike. 1-1 here to Bradley.
Yeah, and I guess that nickname could be a double meaning because he also has wheels on the base path. So
I didn't even think of that. You're right. Yeah, he's got speed as well. So little double meaning there, nickname too. But yeah, fits him perfectly. But yeah, he's going to be doing the DH today. Excited to see how he does as he takes that one for a ball. So 2-1 here to Bradley. Calls for time.
yeah, and Bradley Farrell right here is just looking for his pitch and hoping to put it in play.
He takes that one for a ball. So good eye there by Bradley. Yeah, you're right, Dusty. This team does not swing in a lot of pitches outside the zone. They wait for their pitch, and if it's not there, they're just not going to swing at it and take their base. So that one swung on, hit the left field. Left fielder gets under it. There's Brendan Tarter as he makes the last out of the inning. So 3 up and 3 down here for the Satellites, Dusty, as they are unable to get a base runner, but really good pitching by Caden Heminger.
Yeah, good contact there by Farrell, just unable to find a gap straight to the left fielder, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. So now the Satellites will have to do their best on defense here.
As Braden Grass will get the bump today, one of the elite pitchers here on this Satellite staff. Will be his 9th appearance this year. Dusty's 2-3 with a 4.37 ERA. One of my favorite pitchers to watch personally. Has a really nasty curveball, nice 4-seam fastball. And he works very fast. You know, a lot of these guys have different routines, different windups, but I like the pace that he goes at. I think he has a really nice rhythm. Excited to see how he does today. And his catcher, Jackson Boss, will be behind the plate. See how he does behind there. This is a very good defensive team. Very good infield, a lot of speed in the outfield. Bryson Glissick's going to get the start at right field today. I believe that's his first start at right field. He usually plays first base, sometimes does the DH, and he'll be doing right field today, so see how he does. But Brendan Tarter, the left fielder who just made the catch at the end of the inning, he's going to lead off here. As we head to the bottom of the first. So here's the first delivery to Tarter. Oh, that one almost hit him, but it dove back in. So 1-0 here to Brendan.
Yeah, it looks like Grass trying to work that inside of the part of the plate here early.
As he takes that one for ball 2. Now looks a little windy out there, Dusty. Looks a little breezy.
Yeah, you can see the flag in the background there.
Yeah, I was gonna say that flag is blowing hard. I was looking at Tarter's pants too. They're moving a little bit. So here's the 2-1 delivery. As he swings and misses through that one. So 2-2. Really nice pitch there, Dusty. Couldn't tell if that was a slider or what, a cutter. A little late movement action, but nice pitch there by Grass. Takes that one for ball, so full count. But man, does he move quick, Dusty. He really likes to get up there and throw the pitch. I really like his routine.
Yeah, he has a nice pace, and as you were saying about the wind, you can see it on the jersey. That might be a factor.
There's the ground ball to Gavin Gross. Does he make the play? He does. So there's the first out of the inning here. Satellites retire Brendan Tarter as he grounds out to start the inning. A good start here for the Satellites.
Yeah, and first contact there for the Tigers. Just straight to the second baseman, able to get the first out of the inning.
That one's back to Gavin Gross. He makes the dive and stop. Does he get it? He does. Wow, Dusty, what a play there by Gavin Gross. 2 really back-to-back nice plays, but dove in the dirt there and really made a nice diving stop.
Yeah, Gavin Gross just laying out for that one, able to make a terrific play. And that'd already be 2 down for the Satellites.
Yeah, 2 quick outs here for the Satellites. Brain Grass making quick work of these Tigers. That's a check swing. Doesn't look like you went, though. So 1-0 here to Blaine Rust playing shortstop. Noah Kneifel was the one who just grounded out for the Tigers. He'll be playing third base today. Oh, did he go? Looked like they appealed to the third or first base umpire. Didn't see it, but didn't look like he went. That one is swung on and missed, so I believe it's 1-1 right now. Blaine Rust, number 7. Nice curveball. Beautiful pitch there, Dusty. That thing just drops out of nowhere.
Yeah, great movement by that pitch, able to work the count 1-2.
As he, close pitch there. I thought he had him, but umpire said, nope, that's outside. So we're going to see another pitch here from Braden Grass, 2-2.
Yeah, right there on the outside upper part of the plate.
There he goes. Now we got him, Dusty. So there's the first strikeout of the day for Braden Grass as the Satellites go 3 up, 3 down here. So there's a strikeout for Braden Grass to end the inning, but I have a feeling early on, Dusty, we may be seeing a pitching duel here. Even though it's just the first inning, I really like these 2 pitchers. I think both teams are going to have a tough time hitting them, but excited to see the rest of this game, how these 2 pitchers go here.
Yeah, Braden Grass working with great pace as he's keeping these batters off balance. And, well, yep, might just be a pitcher's duel on this one.
Yeah, with Grass, like you said, I mean, he's got that the curveball just has a lot of movement on it. If I was a hitter, you kind of just have to pick which one you want to hit because most of the time you don't know which one's coming. So if you're a curveball hitter, stick with the curve, wait on it, be patient. But if you want that fastball, swing, be aggressive. So let's see how Bryson Glissick does here as we head to the top of the 4th, still 0-0. That ball is clobbered up the center field. Is it going to get down? It does not. It's going to be caught there by Carter Burkholder. That's going to be the first out of the inning, but it looked like Glissick had a really nice swing on that, Dusty.
Yeah, another nice hit there for the Satellites, just unable to drop it down.
Here comes the catcher, Jackson Boss, up to the plate. Going inside, got to get out of the way. So 1-0 here to Jackson. Currently is second on the team in average with a .388 batting average. Also has 19 hits this year. He swings. That one's going to get through up the middle. So there's going to be a 1-out base hit here for Jackson Boss as the Satellites now have 1 man on, only 1 out with Matt Knight coming up to the plate.
Yeah, Jackson Boss able to just hit it right up the middle, and he'll be the first base runner for the Satellites here today.
Really enjoy watching Jackson hit. Can hit almost any pitch, inside, outside, up, down. Just has a great bat speed and can really just hit the ball super well. Great contact as well. As Matt looks to bunt there, but he takes that one first strike. So looks like the Satellites are trying to advance Boss into scoring position.
Yeah, possibly a sacrifice bunt situation, Getting that runner in scoring position would be very valuable right now.
As that ball's up the middle, chance for a double play. Does he get him in time at second? He does, but only in time for 1. So there's the second out of the inning, Dusty. But Jackson Boss is unable to get to second as Matt Knight will ground into a fielder's choice there.
Yeah, that one slow enough so there's no double play, but the Tiger is able to get the runner at second, going to second, and that'll be 2 outs.
2 outs here in the top of the second, 0-0 ball game. Ian Domes at first. See if they try and pick off Matt Knight. That's 4 stolen bases this year. That one swung on. Great play. Oh, we can't field it. That ball's going to be fair. The third baseman, Noah Kneifel, cannot field it cleanly, so that's going to go down as I believe, an error, but we'll let them score that. So that's going to be get Tommy Sullivan to first base. Matt Knight now moves into scoring position. Here comes Jacob Omen, shortstop, up to the plate.
Yeah, I believe that's going to be an error for the third baseman, and now runners at first and second for the Satellites.
Jacob Omen takes out one for a strike. Yeah, that's a tough play, Dusty, coming up, having to run up with third baseman Kneifel like he did. Scooped it at first, but ball just plopped out of his glove, so tough play there. But still 2 outs, so let's see how Jacob Omen does with a man in scoring position. He has 16 RBIs this year, also 15 stolen bases, so another guy you do not want to let on base. So here comes the 0-1 delivery from Heminger. That one's another up the middle, but looks like it doesn't go for the play at second. He's going to be safe there at first. Wow, Dusty, I thought second baseman there, Tanner Rengel, was just going to either tag the runner or step on second, but he decides to throw. Maybe didn't have enough time, but it looked like to me he could have stepped on second.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been a mental mistake there by the second baseman, as he had a chance to tag out the runner. Instead went to first and didn't have enough time for that throw.
And obviously, Jacob Omen, we know how fast he is, so trying to throw him out at first is not an easy task as Brandon Young steps up to the plate. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Brandon Young leads the team with 18 stolen bases this year. Calling him Speedy Gonzalez. That is the 1-0 delivery. Inside, it gets by the catcher, Rhoda, so 1 run here is going to score for the Satellites as they take a 1-0 lead. I believe that was Matt Knight who just scored.
Yeah, huge break there for the Satellites as that pitch just got away. The runner on third able to come home. Satellites strike first. 1-0.
So Brandon Young up 2-0 in this count. Fastball count. See what he gets here if he's swinging. 2-0. A nice curveball there. Wow, I said fastball and he did the exact opposite, Dusty. That's what you call the announcer's chink. So nice curveball there by Heminger as it's now 2-1 here.
Yeah, just like Braden Grass on the other side, that curveball had really nice movement to it, able to fool the batter, and now 2 strikes.
As Young goes to bunt there, but that's going to be foul ball. So now we'll get a 2-2 count here. Ooh, that could have been very dangerous as Tommy Sullivan was coming home. It looked like Brandon Young would have been safe there first, but Tommy Sullivan may have been tagged out at home, so maybe that was a good thing that went foul. Now it's a 2-2 count here. I have to imagine he'd be swinging here. Here comes the 2-2 delivery. On the outside, ball 3, so full count here. Let's see if he goes with that fastball or maybe he tries that curveball again.
Yeah, it looked like Heminger was trying to fool Young there, and Young doesn't bite as the count goes full.
So full count. Braden Young pokes that over the second baseman, so 1 run's going to score. 2 runs are going to score, so it's a 3-0 ball game. A 2-run RBI single here for Brandon Young as Satellites are opening up here a little bit, Dusty, in this top of the second.
Yeah, Brandon Young able to poke that one over the second baseman's head, as second baseman looked like he might have gotten that one, but goes right over his glove. And that's going to be 2 more runs for the Satellites as they go up 3-0.
Now there's a pickoff attempt. Brandon Young have to imagine he'd be stealing here. Leads the team in stolen bases, has absolutely incredible speed as he takes a big lead off of first. There's Ian Doms. At first, there he goes, first pitch, and they're going to bunt with Zach Hampshire. That's going to end the inning. Interesting tactic there, Dusty, but it looked like with Zach's speed, they trusted it, but just went right back to the pitcher. So that's going to end the top of the first.
Yeah, if you're Hanchar right there, maybe you kind of think of the runner on first and Brandon Young's speed. Maybe take that pitch, let him steal second, but instead he goes for the bunt, goes straight back to the pitcher, and that'd be the third out of the inning. But I mean, the Satellites able to get 3 in that inning.
Yeah, big inning for the Satellites. Had a pass ball that scored a run. Matt Knight was able to score on a pass ball, and Brandon Young with a big 2-out RBI single to give the Satellites a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. As Caden Heminger, the pitcher, is going to step out on the mound or step back up to lead us off here in this bottom of the first. So we'll have Caden Heminger, the pitcher, number 22, will lead us off. Carter Burkholder, the center fielder. He'll be batting 5th, or he's on deck. And then the catcher, Jesse Rhoda, will be batting 6th, number 1. Here comes the first delivery here by Braden Grass. Whew. That curveball is absolutely disgusting, Dusty. That thing just has so much, and it's so deceptive. Looks 90% of the way, looks like a fastball, but then it just dips down as he takes that one for a ball.
Yeah, Braden Grass has some great pitches, and especially that curveball has so much movement. It'll fool the batter.
As that one is shot over the Oh, he made the catch! Holy smokes, Dusty. I thought for a second there it got over his head, but Gavin Gross playing some elite defense here today. Had a nice diving stop back in the first, but makes a spectacular jump and catch to get the first out of the inning.
Yeah, and as I was saying, the Tigers had the same opportunity. I'm unable to get it, but the Satellites able to get that Sports Center top 10.
Yeah, Gavin Gross, we got to send that to someone at Sports Center because that man has some nice hop.
Yeah.
There's another 5th filthy pitch there by Grass. He's just dealing today, Dusty. I think he's really in control early on, which is something you want to see. Because that one's foul back. It's already 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Satellites up 3-0. As Grass, that ball gets by. It would have been a strikeout, but tough play there by Boss. That's going to be Carter Burkholder will be reaching first safely as now Jesse Rhoda, the catcher, steps up to the plate. So tough play there by Boss. Dusty, we always talk about how important it is to have a good defensive catcher. And, I mean, that was a really tough play. Not much he really could have done there, but,
Yeah, and I think right there, the bat was kind of in his way a little bit. So, like you said, a tough play. So Tigers get a run on first.
Makes a nice stop there, but you and I always discuss the importance of trying to keep the pass balls and wild pitches at a minimum, and I think the Satellites do a really good job at that for the most part, because there's a pickoff attempt there, but Burkholder's going to get back in time. Nice thing the Satellites have is they have a lot of depth there at catcher. Osborne came in last game, caught a beautiful game. That's going to, nice pitch there by Grass. Obviously, they have Wazar, the brick wall, and Jackson Boss, who sometimes plays left field, sometimes plays catcher. A lot of depth there at the catcher position for the Satellites. There's another pickoff attempt. Carter gets back in time. He's running. Tough. He's going to be safe. Tough play there by Boss. Kind of caught on the outside. Didn't really get his momentum up in time. There's going to be a stolen base there by Carter Burkholder, the first runner in scoring position here for the Tigers. As he swings through that one, so strike 2 here on Jesse Rhoda.
Yeah, it looks like he really fooled him on that one as the batter just swinging wildly on that pitch.
Oh, so nice strikeout there by Braden Grass as he gets his second. So now we got 2 outs here. The first baseman, Ian Domes, up to the plate. Big lefty. There's a pickoff attempt on Burkholder, but he's going to be back in time. Cade Kozelki, the right fielder, is on deck. He takes that one high for a ball.
Yeah, you know, for the Satellites, they of course come into this game, 6-1 in conference play, only behind Boone Grove, who is 7-0. So
What a great! Oh,
did he get him?
Boss almost caught him napping. Really heads up play there by Jackson's. Carter Burkholder took a little bit too much of a lead off there at second, but close play. I honestly, Dusty thought he got him at first, but umpire has a little better view than us, so call him safe. Is nice catch there by Jackson. Here comes the delivery from Grass. Outside. That ball's going to get by Jackson, and Burkholder is going to advance to third here. So a couple balls in the dirt here, Dusty, early on from Grass to Boss, but 2 outs, so they can still figure out a way to get out of this inning. Now, very dangerous runner at third, and big lefty Ian Domes steps up to the plate. Now he's going to take his walk, so there's going to be a walk here. That's Braden Grass's first walk of the day. It's now Cade Kozelki, the right fielder, steps up to the plate.
Yeah, there might be runners at the corners, but with 2 outs, Braden Grass just needs to focus on this batter right here.
Takes that one for a ball, a little bit on the outside, so 1-0. Can't imagine that the Tigers would try for a double steal here with 2 outs. Doms takes a nice lead off from first. He swings through that one, so 1-1 here to Cade Kozelki. Let's see if Grass goes back to that patented curveball that he's got. Checks on the runner at first. Swings and misses through that one, so really nice pitch there by Grasses. Now Kozelki's got to protect here with 2 strikes as the count moves to 1-2. Oh, that ball almost took out our camera. That was close, Dusty. I thought for sure that was coming in, but we've had a couple of those this year, but thank goodness none of them have hit. So
Yeah, it looked like that one shook the fence.
yeah, that one had a good couple of vibrations there as Kozelki fouls that one back. Still 1-2 here. Looks like it's still oof. Here comes the 1-2 delivery from Grass. As he got him swinging high fastball, Braden Grass gets out of the jam. As Cade Kozelke strikes out. That's going to be Braden Grass's third strikeout of the day. As the Satellites head to the top of the third, up 3. Braden Grass has his stuff today, Dusty.
Yeah, as you said, Braden Grass, he might have let 2 runners on base, but he did not allow a run right there. So, that was definitely a win.
Even with Burkholder, I mean, he technically struck him out. They just couldn't get the play at first. So even that one runner that he had, Doms, he just kind of walked him. So really strong out in here from Braden Grass. And now Caden Heminger is going to come back here to begin this top of the third. And Gavin Gross, who struck out his last time up, will be up to lead off here. Here comes Gavin Gross. Got 8 RBIs this year alongside 17 hits. And very, very good defenseman, as we've seen today. Dusty's made 2 really spectacular plays there at second. The 0-0 delivery is curveball, a little bit outside and low. So 1-0 here to Gavin. One-0 delivery. That swung on and popped up in the center field. See if Carter Burkholder can get under it. He does, so that's going to be the first out of the inning as Gavin Gross flies out there to Carter Burkholder. So now we got Blazin' Bradley Farrell. Flew out his last time up. He'll be up to bat with his team leading average of 448, 2 triples, 1 home run as he takes that one on the outside for a strike. Also, Dusty has a .28 ERA, the lowest on the Satellites. This dude is virtually impossible to score runs on. As he takes that one for a ball.
Yeah, Bradley Farrell, a really good player on this team.
One of 3 lefties here in the starting lineup. Bryson Glissick, obviously, and Brandon Young, who had that nice RBI. That one's poked to the shortstop. Blaine Russ, can he make the play in time at second? He cannot. It's going to be an overthrow. Looks like that's going to be an error there. As Bradley Farrell is going to get the second. Couldn't really see it, Dusty, but I assumed it was a little bit of an overthrow, maybe a ball in the dirt. First baseman couldn't scoop, but that's going to be a error here by the Tigers defense. Second of the day.
It looked like it was going to be an easy play there for the shortstop, but as you said, I think it might have been an overthrow. Either that or in the ground. Either way, Bradley Farrell is now in scoring position.
Bradley Farrell, another tough guy to throw out. Shortstop Russ kind of had to rush out a little bit, knows the speed there that Farrell possesses, so maybe just rushed it a tad, but nevertheless, Bradley Farrell is going to be in scoring position with this is the guy the Satellites want up, the RBI leader here, Bryson Glissick. It's a beautiful swing. As that ball is going to be get past Rhoda. So Farrell's going to move to third with only 1 out here.
Yeah, and so now Bradley Farrell, a good chance of scoring here as now at third base.
Bryson has a .515 slugging percentage, 1 home run, 23 RBIs. I apologize, tied for the lead with Bradley Farrell. Both lead the team in RBIs. That's a disgusting curveball there that Bryson takes for a strike. That thing just dropped. Ooh, nice curveball there by Heminger.
Yeah, and for Glissick right there, thinking that's going to be on the outside, it curves in and strike.
As he just blasts that one up the middle. Beautiful swing there. Just hit it right up the seam there, Dusty, between second and short. And that's going to be a 4-0 lead here for the Satellites as Bryson Glissick reaches with an RBI single.
Yeah, Bradley Farrell able to score easily on that one as Bryson Glissick makes good contact right up the middle.
So now Bryson Glissick leads the Satellites in RBIs with 24. As that one's popped up over the second baseman there, Tanner Ringel. He makes the play at second. So Jackson Boss, who singled earlier, is going to pop up here. Now there's 2 outs. Matt Knight, who hit into a fielder's choice.
Yeah, and I think Matt Knight is usually always the X factor for this team as, he could have a really good game or, he could have, just one of those games that you just want to forget. But there's been a lot of games that I remember where Matt Knight was able to come through for the Satellites.
I agree, Dusty. He's one of those clutch, just comes in the big moments. When you need a hit, he's that guy, or need a stolen base. I mean, he hasn't played in as many games as obviously Zach Hanshire, Bradley Farrell, but when he comes in, his impact is very important. The Satellites rely on his clutch batting. Even in the field, he's a great fielder. So Matt Knight, as he takes that one for a called strike 3, that's going to be Cade Heminger's 3rd strikeout of the day. But that was a disgusting pitch there, Dusty.
Yeah, and I mean, kind of looking at it, you gotta say that was more of a pitcher's pitch, because it looked maybe a little outside. You can maybe, I don't know if the coach thinks the same because it kind of looked like he did, but either way, it's called a strike, and that in the half of the inning.
Yeah, some of these umpires, they're out. The inside, they usually are pretty accurate, but, sometimes on that outside part of the zone, they're a little bit more inconsistent. But, I mean, that was Heminger's got a nasty curveball, but I agree. I mean, that was borderline, very close. So, good.
But nevertheless, the Satellites get another run as they're up 4-0.
Braden Grass is going to come out here and pitch this bottom of the 3rd. As Tanner Ringel will be up to bat. Second baseman, number 6, the right-hander. Takes that one for a called strike. Good pitch there by Grass. Love how he's attacking these hitters early, Dusty. Doesn't want to get behind, throwing strikes early on. Really good approach here by Grass. That's another nasty curveball. Man, you think it's a fastball the whole way, and then it just cuts back inside. So nice pitch there by Grass as he calls for time. He swings at that one. It's got to be frustrating as a hitter, Dusty, especially on those inside pitches. You think it's a fastball inside, and then it shoots right back to the middle and it slows down. As that's a call, strike 3. Almost jinx it a little bit. That's going to be something else today, Dusty.
Yeah, that I think all 3 of those pitches were curveballs and just a nasty curveball, absolutely nasty.
That thing just has so much break. I mean, even there, it looks like it's going to come in and hit him, and it just cuts back in an absurd amount.
Yeah, and I think if you wanted to, you could probably pitch that all day.
Yeah, I mean, when that curveball's working for Grass, he's not a guy you want to see on the mound. So nice pitch there by Grass. 4 Ks. Hemminger's got 3, so good amount of strikeouts here early on for both guys. As that one's swinging. Yeah, sometimes when that curveball is working, Dusty, you kind of just have to guess at the plate and hope for either a fastball, or if you're trying to hit the curveball, hope for the curveball. But Grass is doing a really good job mixing it up here. And that one's high for a ball. Brendan Tarter steps up and grounded out his last time up. Got him in the dirt. Can Boss make the play at first? Oh, little overthrow there by Boss. So another error. I believe that will go down as an error there. Tough play there by Boss, as Grass did strike him out, but couldn't make the play there at first. As now the Tigers have a man on first. There's a pickoff attempt. He's going to be safe as Noah Kneifel grounded out his last time up. Will step up to the plate.
Yeah, but as we mentioned, Braden Grass, just great pitches, great pace. I think just a really good pitcher for the Satellites team.
Boss makes that nice stop there. Has yet to allow a hit, has only walked 1 batter and 2 have reached on errors. So Tigers have yet to get a hit so far. Well, great stop there by Boss.
Yeah, and we've seen a couple times where pitches just getting away from Boss, but right there, a great stop.
Noah Kneifel calls for time. Third baseman here for the Tigers. "2-0 is a call. Wow. When he's painting those corners, Dusty, I mean, that's got to be very frustrating as a hitter. Looked like Kneifel thought that was going to be ball 3, but now it's going to be a 2-1 count here. As Grass checks on the runner at first. Calls time again here. Two one. Called strike 2 swinging. So now it's a 2-2 count here.
Yeah, and you see these batters calling time, and that's really due to Braden Grass's pace, as he's trying to speed up the batters, but some of these batters calling time.
Is the 2-2. That one's popped up, but going to go foul. Yeah, has a very up-tempo approach. Doesn't waste his time. Wants to throw the pitches as quick as he can. But, I really appreciate that as a viewer, because he sticks to that routine. He's not all over the place. A lot of these guys, Stroman, Nestor, they all kind of mix up their, delivery. But Grass, is that one's high, takes that one for a ball. Grass kind of sticks with that same approach every time. So gets in a rhythm early on, which is what you want to see.
Yeah, Grass just getting in a rhythm and just pretty much pounding the plate, just going at him, and really making his pitches.
As Braden Grass has just got his 5th strikeout of the day. Oof. We're witnessing some elite pitching here, Dusty. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, Grass already building up the strikeout count.
I mean, that is just unfair how much that thing shoots back inside. For 90% of the way, you're thinking that's coming inside, and then boom. right down
Yeah,
the
and
middle.
it's a harder pitch, but if he wanted to, he could use that curveball, to try to get the inside of the plate. So it would look like it's gonna hit the batter, curve in and paint that inside corner, but usually that pitch is a little bit risky.
Braden Grass has only walked one batter today, 5 strikeouts. Oh, it looked like you did it there, Dusty. It looked like that curveball came inside. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Didn't know if the umpire thought it was a little too low or inside. That's going to be a ball, but that was still a great pitch. I mean, that's a great miss.
Yeah, I was about to say, as I was saying.
You got to love the announcer jinx as, man.
Ooh.
Even there's Blaine Russ there, put his hand down. It looked like he was a little bit confused there, doesn't know what's coming. That's what happens when you face good pitching. As that one's fouled back.
Yeah, and if a pitch works for you, why stop using it?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
And if they can't hit it, keep throwing it. Let's see how Russ does with 2 strikes on him. Oh, that one's going to get by him. So Tigers have a man in scoring position as Brendan Tarter reached on error early in this inning. He's going to advance to second.
Yeah, and usually for a pitcher, you want to mix up the pitches, but you really want to go at a batter. You want to recognize their weaknesses, and if it's a changeup, go with the changeup half the time.
As Russ goes down looking there, Dusty, and he looks very frustrated. But hey, when Grass is on, I mean, he is tough to hit as he earns his 6th strikeout of the day. He's on something.
Yeah, Grass is definitely able to get yet another strikeout, and looks like things are just going his way.
So we now head to the top of the 4th inning here. Satellite's up 4-0. Tommy Sullivan will be due.
Hello,
next.
Satellite fans. All-Star Autos, proud sponsor of Regan's Corner and Satellite Baseball. Please go check them out. They specialize in low mileage, high quality vehicles in LaPorte County, leader in the used car business. If you want all
Head here to the top of the 4th here. Some sports news. We got some great baseball games tonight. Tigers, Rays, Yankees, Orioles, Astros, Red Sox. That's a great game. Braves, Brewers. Another great game. Ian Anderson versus Freddie Peralta. Had a big night of basketball yesterday. The Mavericks absolutely destroyed the Suns to advance to the Western Conference Finals, and the Celtics will be in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Heat. That one's fouled off there by Tommy Sullivan. Tommy Sullivan hit a single his last time up. Here comes the 0-1 delivery by Heminger. That ball shot over the third baseman, but it's going to go foul. Looked like it just got in that part of the field where it kind of curved over the third baseline, but couldn't get back in play as now Tommy Sullivan has 2 strikes on him. See what his approach is here. He's got 10 RBIs this season, 14 hits, 4 doubles. Only has 1 error. He takes that one for a ball. Here comes the 1-2 delivery here to Tommy. As he puts that one over to the second baseman. You make the play in time? He does so. Good play there by Tanner Ringel to retire Tommy Sullivan. Now there's one out here.
Yeah, Ringo able to gobble that one up and able to make the play for the first out of the inning.
Want to give another shout out to Mrs. Jensen, Tommy Sullivan's grandmother. She won Fan of the Year here, so I want to give her a big shout out. Thank you for supporting and cheering on your satellites, Mrs. Jensen. We greatly appreciate it. As now Jacob Oman steps up to the dish. He singled his last time up too. He takes that one for a ball. Another play over there to Tanner Ringel. He fields it, makes a nice throw to Ian Domes. And that's going to be the second out of the inning here as Jacob Oman grounds out with the speedster Brandon Young up to the plate, who hit a really nice 2-run RBI single back in the second inning.
Yeah, and right now the pressure is really on the Tigers to get their scoring going because, the Satellites, they do have 4 runs, to the Tigers 0. So, these ground outs, they might, be kind of bad for the Satellites, but they're still at 4-0.
Exactly. When you have a pitcher like Grass on the mound, you really don't need to score 1,000 runs. He's not going to allow in many runs. So my prediction was 10-4 at the beginning of the game, but after watching Grass and when he has his stuff working for him, the Satellites may just need to score 4 runs. That may be good enough. So we'll see how the rest of this game goes as Brandon Young is up with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Satellites up 4-0.
Yeah, and my prediction is 6-0.
6-0. I like that. He takes out one for a strike. Comes a delivery from Heminger. That one swung on, so 2 strikes here on Brandon Young. 328 on base percentage. He's got 1 triple, 7 RBIs, or now 9 RBIs, I should say. Here comes the pitch. Inside. Did it hit him? It did. So Brandon Young's going to get on base here. Or did it hit him? Oh, maybe it didn't hit him. It looked like from his reaction there, Dusty, it looked like it hit him, but maybe he was just recollecting himself there.
Yeah, it looks like it might have hit him, but maybe he just got out of the way of that one.
Judging from his reaction, it looked like he was hit him on the arm or maybe his hand, but maybe he just collecting himself and getting ready as here comes the pitch. That one's fouled back. A good battle here by Brandon Young. Here comes the delivery from Heminger. Brandon Young's going to take his walk. He has reached both times today. Only player on the Satellites that have reached base safely in both their times up is now Zach Hanshire, who struck out back in the first, had a sacrifice bunt that didn't work out in the second. He steps up for his 3rd plate appearance of the day. See how aggressive Brandon Young is on the base pass. There's a pickoff attempt, but Young gets back in time.
Yeah, and I think Heminger already knows that Young is a threat to steal, and looks like he might steal right here.
That one's fouled off to the left. Have to imagine he's going to be stealing one of these pitches, Dusty. I mean, I don't think I've broadcasted many games where Brendan Young got on base and did not steal. Just the guy is super fast, and he just times the leads and the takeoff so well. I mean, he observes the pitcher's windup and just takes really good leads, and is it out? As it jinxed him there. Is now the ball gets by, so he's going to be safe. Oof. Thought I jinxed Brandon Young there, Dusty, but he's going to get in there safely at second. I believe that will go down as another error here by the Tigers, but Tigers have had some costly mistakes here, Dusty, that have really hurt them, put them in that 4-0 hole.
Yeah, and credit really goes to Brandon Young, as he forced the Tigers to be in that situation, try to make a critical throw and unable to make the throw.
There's a nice curveball on that inside corner. Good pitch there by Heminger. Still has 3 strikeouts today. Zach Hanshire waits for the delivery. That one's popped up to the right fielder. Cade Keselowski. Does he make the play? He does. So the Satellites do not score a run in that inning, but leave a man in scoring position, but are still up 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Satellites up 4-0. Braden Grass steps back onto the mound.
Yeah, and Braden Grass, he's really been in a groove this entire game and just really needs to continue what he's doing.
Blaine Rust, the shortstop, he'll lead off here for the Tigers to start this bottom of the 4th. Now, if you're a hitter, Dustin, you've, for the whole team, for that matter, have yet to get a hit. Are you changing your approach? Are you doing anything different here? Or are you just going to stick to what you know? What would you do with your approach here against Grass?
Yeah, I think I would definitely have to change my approach a little bit, understand that Grass is looking to work as fast as he can, and you really gotta work with the pitcher's pace.
Yeah, like you said, with that rhythm, I mean, I would be looking to swing early on, be aggressive. He throws a lot of first pitch strikes, so I would be looking to swing early on. Let's see how that is. That's Cade Heminger. I apologize. Not Blaine Rust. It's the pitcher. Caden Heminger steps up to the plate. He flew out his last time up. Here's a little check swing, but I don't think he went. So 1-0 here to Heminger. Here's a 1-0 delivery from Grass. Another inside. 2-0 here to Heminger. (3-0) here to Heminger. I feel like Grass hasn't thrown too many pitches either, Dusty. I can imagine his pitch count is fairly low here. Start this bottom of the 4th. As looked like Heminger didn't even bother to swing there, just was going to take the whole way. Didn't even get into his stance, so made it easy for Grass as the 3-1 delivery. There's a called strike, so now we got a full count. You thinking curveball here, Dusty?
Yep.
Oh my God. Got him again. Absolutely disgusting performance here by Braden Grass. Picture perfect here. And Dusty, I don't want to jinx it, but I mean, he's got his 7th strikeout, has not given up a hit. Just a masterclass performance here by Braden Grass.
Yeah, Braden Grass has just been having his way here today and continues that.
There's a nice pitch on the corner for a strike.
And like you said, he's really going at these batters. He's not shying away. He's going first pitch strikes.
Carter Burkholder, he reached on that. Technically struck out, but was able to reach first. The Stallions were unable to complete the play in time. Here comes the delivery. That one's fouled off.
Yeah, and it really looks like the Tigers are doing whatever they can to slow Grass down, because once he gets in that rhythm, there's no stopping him.
Here comes the delivery. That one swung on. So another strikeout in the dirt. They make the play this time, so Burkholder can't reach there like he did last time. So that's going to be his 8th strikeout of the day, Dusty. I mean, we're starting to get into Max Scherzer, Clayton Kershaw numbers right here. Braden Grass he ate his Wheaties this morning because he is unstoppable.
Yeah, for fans out there that don't know baseball too much, 8 strikeouts, it might not seem a lot to some people, but 8 strikeouts is definitely a lot, and he's not even done.
Yeah, to put it in perspective, he has struck out 8 batters, and in the 4th, there's only been 12. So he's basically struck out 8 of the 12 guys. I mean, which is an absurd number. I mean, he's just on something today as he gets another swing and a miss. I would like to see the amount of swing and misses he's had today, Dusty. It looks like guys are just kind of guessing up there.
Yeah, Braden Grass just working the zone. That one almost gets away from Boss, but Boss able to make a good stop.
It's now Jesse Rhoda, a sensational catcher, steps up to the plate. Struck out his last time up. And that's inside. Oh, so there's a walk here. So Jesse Rhoda will reach on a walk. Only Braden Grass's 2nd walk of the day. It's now Ian Dome steps up to the plate. First baseman who walked his last time up. He will be batting here with 2 outs.
Yeah, and so only 2 walks compared to his 8 strikeouts. I think Grass would take that ratio any day.
So looks like the Tigers are going to pinch run here for Jesse Rhoda. Comes the first delivery. Another swing and miss here, Dusty. So, there's 0-1 here. It's got to be frustrating for a hitter going up against some elite pitching like this. 0-1 delivery. Another swing. Oh, that one. Another swing and a miss. I thought it was fouled back, but nope, that's another swing and a miss. So, Domes is quickly down 0-2. Has to protect here. Gets another strikeout, Dusty, his 9th of the day. We are witnessing something.
Yeah, and that pitch, it looked high, but, with the way Grass is working, almost every pitch has been a strike. So as a batter, you really think that a strike is coming, and when he goes outside of the strike zone, he'll have you looking silly.
So we head to the top of the 5th, still a 4-0 ball game. Story of the game, Braden Grass has let up no hits as of the 5th. He is 9 strikeouts, 2 walks. Technically would have had 11 strikeouts if they were able to make a play at first, but he is pitching a masterful performance here. Is now believe that Heminger will step back on the mound. He'll start this top of the 5th here, but the Tigers have to figure out something here, Dusty, or they're gonna be shut out if they can't get some hits going. As now the Satellites are up to bat.
Yeah, and so for the Tigers, Heminger hasn't really had a bad outing. He did allow 4 runs to come across the plate, but just last inning, he was able to allow no runs. So, Heminger not having such a bad game.
As he throws that one for a first pitch strike here to Gavin Gross. Yeah, you're right, Dusty. I mean, even the runs he let up, there was a couple errors that inning. Kneifel made an error at third. The second baseman made one. So it's I think he's been pitching very well. I've been really impressed. I think he has a really nice curveball. So nothing to hang your head there if you're Caden Heminger.
Yeah, and I think errors will really do it to you.
As Ian Domes is able to catch that one on the fly. So Gavin Gross is going to be retired there, first out of the inning. Is now Bradley Farrell, who reached on the error. He will be up.
Yeah, just a shot right off the bat, but straight to the first baseman. So that'll be 1 down.
Bradley swings at the first pitch. That's going to be a single up the middle. Is he going for 2? He's going for 2. So he will be in safely at second with a double.
Yeah, Bradley Farrell, they're able to make good contact and able to get a stand-up double.
Nice piece of hitting there by Bradley. So Bryson Glissick, who already has an RBI in this game, had an RBI single his last time up. He'll be batting here. The man on scoring position. You got to love that speed there that Farrell possesses. Can easily score in a single as Glissick takes that one on the outside for a strike.
Yeah, and as you said, Glissick able to take over the RBI lead on the Satellites team, trying to add to it right here.
He was tied with that man on second there, Bradley, but with that RBI early on, he was able to take the lead, and looks like he can add some insurance onto that if he can hit Bradley in here with only 1 out here in the top of the 5th. 1-1 count here.
You can understand why Glissick leads the team in RBIs.
As now he's going to lead him by a little bit more, Dusty, as that's going to be an RBI single. Another one here by Bryson Glissick, his second RBI single of the day, as the Satellites increase their lead to 5-0. Looked like very similar to that first RBI, Dusty. Just hit it right up the middle. Beautiful swing. As it's going to be 5-0 here for the Satellites.
Yeah, Glissick not really pulling the ball, not going opposite field, just really knocking it right up the middle, and it seems to be working out here for Glissick.
It's now Jackson Boss, the catcher, steps up to the plate, who has singled earlier in this game but popped out his last time up. 5-0 Satellites, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. It looks like they're going to pinch run here for Bryson Glissick. There's a call of strikes here to Jackson. Here comes the 0-1 delivery here by Heminger. Oh, good pickoff there. Did he get him in time? He did not. I really like that pickoff there by Heminger, though. Thought he was going to get him.
A really close play there at first base, but bang play goes the Satellites' way.
That one's fouled off there by Jackson. We got 2 strikes on him here.
Yeah, and even with a 5-0 lead, it looks like Satellites are continuing to be aggressive, and I'd probably do the same.
That's a good pitch, but looks like a little bit too outside. Looked like Heminger wanted that for strike 3, but umpire calls it a ball, so this battle will continue. That ball's in the dirt, but it's going to be a called strike 3, so Jackson Boggs is going to strike out there, but the Satellites get another runner in scoring position is now Matt Knight, who struck out his last time up, will be up to the plate. See if the Satellites can increase their lead even more here. As that one almost hit him. I think it did, Dusty. Yep, it did. So Matt Knight, first pitch he's gingerly walking to first there, but he's a tough guy, so he's going to stay in this ball game. As now Tommy Sullivan steps up to the plate.
Yeah, Matt Knight there on first base, trying to shake it off as looks like that one had got his right shin. But I bet you that one hurt.
As my old baseball coach would say, just rub some dirt on it. So we're going to looks like maybe a little conference on the mound here, maybe a pitching change, but maybe they're just discussing some things.
Yeah, Aiden, and funny you say that that's what your coach used to tell you, because I think that's really what everybody's baseball coach would tell them, because my baseball coach would tell me the exact same thing.
Yep, just pick it up off the ground, rub it in, and keep playing.
Yep.
All right, so Tommy Sullivan's up here. Looks like the Tigers are going to keep in Heminger here. 2 on, only 1 out. Oh, time again. Looks like the umpire was yelling at the Satellites bench for something. Can't imagine what it was, but a little bit of delay in the action, but it's going to resume here as Sullivan steps back into the box. Swings through that one, so good pitch there by Heminger. Start him off 0-1.
And Jackson Boss just trying to find a gap right here, maybe get 2 RBI.
As there's another swing there. I think, is that is it's Tommy. I think that's, I can't see the number super well. Is this Sullivan? I believe this is Sullivan, Tommy Sullivan. As that one's popped up, so that's gonna. Oh, they can't make the play, so the wind blows it. The shortstop and third baseman for the Tigers can't make the play on it. A little bit of miscommunication there by Noah Kneifel at third and Blaine Rust at short, but they can't make the play, as that's going to be another error here for the Tigers as the score increases to 6-0 here.
Yeah, and so errors proving to be very costly here for the Tigers, as Satellite's able to tack on one more.
There's a double steal. Wow, great play. Oh, wow. Great play there by Noah Kneifel. Had a tough catch, but was unable to get the tag in time. I really thought he had him there, Dusty, but umpire called him safe.
Yeah, very close play right there, but looks like he barely missed him there at third. And so you see the Satellites, still being very aggressive on the base pass. And, as I said at the beginning of the broadcast, Satellites need to be wild on the base pass. And, well, double still there, both runners in scoring position.
Yeah, you gotta love to see those double steals, especially with the lead that they have. They're not even though Braden Grass has a no-hitter going, I mean, they're not content with just scoring 5 runs. They want to keep adding to that. You got to love to see that. So see if they can get some more runs here. As Jacob Omen is up to the dish, who singled early on, also grounded out his last at bat. That ball is going to get by the catcher, Rhoda, so another run here is going to score for the Satellites as the score is going to increase to 7-0. As we've seen a couple of those pass balls kind of hurt the Tigers here, Dusty.
Yeah, that one just getting away from the catcher. Satellites, they get another run. But I like the Satellites approach right here, just keeping the foot on the gas as that one's fouled off.
Looks like they can't make the play in time.
But pretty much just keeping the foot on the gas, just like the Mavericks last night. Against the Suns, they didn't stop at 20-point lead, 30. They went up to a 40-point lead. So same situation with the Satellites. You just want to keep the foot on the gas and just keep pressing.
As that one's a grounder there to the shortstop, Blaine Russ. Can he make the play in time? He does not. Jacob Omen legs it out, so that's going to be a single here. As now it is 8-0 Satellites with Brandon Young up to the dish, as that's going to be an RBI here. Jacob Omen. Brandon Young has reached safely on both his times up at a big, as there goes Jacob Omen, as he's going to get in time at third. So there's Jacob Omen with a stolen base. That's going to be his 16th stolen base of the year. Still 2 behind Brandon Young, who is 18.
Yeah, and the Satellites just continue to be aggressive, and why not if the catcher's unable to make the play.
Brandon Young takes that one for a swing and a miss, so that's going to be the first strike here on Brandon. A little outside here. 1-1 upcoming to Brandon Young. That one's a ball.
Yeah, and for Brandon Young right here, you really don't want to swing at anything unless it's close, because you hate to say it, you love to say it if you're a Satellites fan. The pitcher looks a little bit rattled, so Young just needs to find his pitch.
Yeah, like you said, Dusty, he's given up. It's been a tough inning here for Heminger. A couple infield pop-up. Should have ended the inning, but it didn't, so got to be very frustrating for him. 8-0 lead here for the Satellites as Brandon Young swings to that one. So Heminger's able to get out of it, his 4th strikeout of the day. But the Satellites did their damage. 8-0 here as Braden Grass will go start this bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, the Satellites able to tack on 3 more, because as I said, 5-0. That's a large lead, in most games. But you really don't want to get comfortable, with a lead like that. You want to just keep playing your game. And for Braden Grass, you just want to keep delivering.
As it looks like
Might be a pitching change.
wow.
Yeah.
It looks like is that Brandon Grass? It looks like that may be Gavin Gross out there.
I don't know. I couldn't really see the number. I don't know if maybe Josh could help us out with it.
I can't imagine they would take out Braden Grass with a. I believe it's still him. Yep, I think it's still him.
Yeah.
It is Gross, ladies and gentlemen. It is Galvin Gross on the mound after a stout outing by Grass here in Tiger Stadium.
Dang, and Aiden, that's
Wow.
huge because I mean you're thinking the same exact thing. Braden Grass working on that no hitter. I mean I don't agree with the call.
Personally, I mean, they have a big lead, and I understand Braden Grass is one of their better pitchers, and the playoffs are soon. But man, there's not many times in high school kid's career that he's going to throw a no hitter. So it's a shame to see that. But hey, they can still get the combined no hitter, so that's still something to look for. But looking at it from a competitor point of view, I definitely would have wanted to see Grass out there. But they can still throw a combined no hitter.
Yeah, and looks like the coach has maybe been watching the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Has of course the Dodgers manager, pulling Clayton Kershaw, when he could have had a no hitter. So
Well, did you see the one last night, Dusty? Hunter Green for the Reds, 8 innings, walked 5,
Oh.
did not give up a hit. He had a man on first and second, and they pulled him. And I was,
Yeah.
I understand he had walked 5, but when you're in the 8th and you have a no hitter, I don't know. And they had I believe they're up 2-0, but I don't know. I would have. There's not many times that you can see a guy basically do something historic like that. I mean, especially in high school. So.
Yeah, as a manager slash coach, I really think that you leave that decision up to the pitcher. Just because it's something that you're gonna remember for a long time if you're able to accomplish it.
And talk about that confidence boost that gives you going into the playoffs. I know the Satellites have some big playoff games upcoming, but maybe this was more of there's a nice curveball by Gavin Gross. Who knows? Maybe Gavin Gross can keep this going and get the no hitter here for the Satellites. But yeah, you like to, as that's on the outside.
Yeah, so you think of it could be a possible combined no hitter, so that's still intact.
We've seen a combined no hitter this year by the Mets, as there's a curveball on the outside for 2-1 count. Mets had a no hitter early in the season against the Philadelphia Phillies, combined no hitter. I believe the only real no hitter this year was the Angels pitcher Reed Detmers, who was able to get a no hitter. I think that's the only one that's happened this year.
Yeah, young kid able to get a no hitter like that. It's just something that it's gonna be with you.
So there's a walk here for the Tigers to start out this inning, as Cade Kozelke takes that walk. There's now Tanner Ringel, who struck out. He is up.
Yeah, and so a walk doesn't really hurt. As that one looked like it almost hit him.
Looked like it almost grazed him a little bit, but
Yeah.
maybe. Now, as just a sports fan in general, Dusty, would you say like a perfect game is one of the hardest, if not the hardest thing to accomplish?
Yeah, I mean, all throughout sports, I really think that a perfect game is one of the hardest things to accomplish.
As here comes the 1-2, as that's bunted foul, so now it's 2 strikes here on Ringel. But yeah, for a basketball player, you see guys get triple doubles all the time. Football, you see guys, score a lot of touchdowns in one game, or multiple touchdowns in one game, or maybe get multiple interceptions or sack. But I don't remember the last time a perfect game was thrown. I mean, no hitters are more common, but still very hard to do. As there's a great bunt there by Ringel. Did he make the play at first? He does. So that's going to be a sacrifice bunt here by Tanner Ringel. As now Brendan Carter steps up to the plate, who reached on an error his last time up. So Still got the perfect game going, or not perfect game, no hitter, but Gavin still got it going here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Well, that one's going to get by, so Cade Keselowski will advance to 3rd. Only 1 out here. Looks like a little bit of a delay in the action here. Not sure what the delay is for, but we'll resume here. Brendan Tarter. He takes that one low for a called strike. Nice pitch there by Gavin, who has made some spectacular plays here early on. Very Gold Glove-esque. As check swing, doesn't matter. It's a strike anyway, so 2 strikes here on Brendan Tarter. 1 out, man on 3rd. Cade Keselowski on 3rd. Here comes the delivery from Gross. Called strike 3. Dusty, did your pitch inside curveball? That was absolutely disgusting, as that's going to be another strikeout here for the Satellites. That'll be their 10th total as a team. Gavin Gross is first, but you threw your pitch, Dusty.
Yeah, just completely fooled the batter, as you think that's coming in on you, and well, it lands as a strike.
As he tried to go for it again there, but a little high here. So 1-0 here to Noah Kneifel. Struck out his last time up. He swings through that one, so swing and a miss here for Noah as the count moves to 1-1. Did he go? Looked like a check swing. I don't think the umpire said he went there, so I believe it's 2-1 here. Close swing there, but I don't think he went.
Yeah, and going back to that Reds game last night, I believe as that
ball's fair, so that's going to be the first hit of the day here for the Tigers as they break up the no-hitter, as Noah Kneifel gets an RBI single to make this game 8-1. But there goes the no-no, Dusty. And
yeah, and as a pitcher, you think, okay, there goes the no-hitter, but you really focus on the score at that point. You're like, okay, let's get back to it. It's 8-1.
Yep, 8-1. He's still got 2 strikes or 2 outs, so the Satellites are still in good control of this game, but that's always just a stinky feeling when you have a no-no and then it goes away. But hey, they're still winning and in great control of this game. And Gavin Gross has 2 outs here. That's going to be another ball here as Blaine Rust steps up to the plate.
Yeah, and at that point, I really do think that you question the pitching change, as we both were, just because Braden Grass, as you said, it could have built his confidence even more going into the playoffs if he was able to finish off this game with a no-hitter.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe he was on a pitch count, or like you said, they're close to the playoffs, so the coaches probably didn't want to risk it. I'm not sure, but nevertheless, the Satellites are still in great control of this game and are looking to advance to 14-8 here against a rival like the Lacrosse Tigers. Rust. takes that one for a ball.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, if they're able to win this game, they'll go to 7-1 in conference play. So, I mean, not too shabby.
Yeah, not shabby at all. And that only loss coming to Boone Grove, who is, as there's going to be another walk here for the Tigers. So a little 2-out rally brewing here for these Lacrosse Tigers as Cade Heminger steps up to the dish, flew out his first at bat, struck out his last time up to the dish. So that's a called strike. 0-1 here to Heminger.
Yeah, and Heminger really trying to help himself right here.
See if he comes back in and pitches this top of the 6. I've been very impressed, even though he's given up 8 runs. I've been very impressed with his stuff. I think he's got a great curveball. I think he should not feel disappointed about any of this. I think he's got a bright future with pitching. So nothing to hang your hat on.
I think Heminger he's had a pretty good performance. It's really been more of the satellites being able to see the ball and really put it in play.
There's a called strike here to Heminger. Yeah, I mean, this Satellites offense is hard to maneuver around. I mean, Zach Leonoff, Gavin, Bradley, Bryson, Jackson, Tommy, Jacob, Brandon, and Matt Knight. I mean, there's no easy outs there. All guys can get on base in their own, in their own way. So it's just very tough to maneuver through this Satellite lineup. Got a lot of great hitters, and they're all disciplined. As that's going to be a called strike 3. So that's Gavin Gross's second strikeout. The team's 11th. As now we head to the top of the 6. Satellites up 8-1.
Yeah, those 2 runners getting on right after the Tigers score a run, you kind of thinking that is Gross going to let this game just kind of get away, but able to come right back, able to somehow get the last out of the inning.
Yeah, was able to stay composed there with runners on. And was able to get Heminger out. Does it look like he's going to come back here and pitch this top of the 6? Got a couple of games going on in MLB. The Tigers and Rays are tied at 0 at the end of the 2nd. Yankees-Orioles game just started. So it looks like Bradish is going to be pitching for the Orioles. Severino gets the start for the Yankees. The Yankees have been very hot of recently. Arguably the best team in baseball. Zach Hanshire is going to lead off here.
Yeah, and nothing against the Orioles, but the Yankees have just been having a stellar season as they're off to the best record in MLB right now.
The scary thing about the Yankees too, Dusty, is, I mean, obviously, the hitting with Giancarlo, Judge, LeMahieu, Donaldson, Rizzo, but the pitching has really been what surprised people. I mean, I believe they have one of the lowest ERAs in terms of their bullpen in all of baseball, so Zach Hanshire fouls that one back. They're just a tough team to play against because you got to pitch well and you got to hit well, so they're definitely not a fun team to play against.
Yeah, and as you said, they have that whole lineup of home run hitters, but also their pitching has been really great this season.
Especially that Nestor Cortez. I really love his story, like how he's come along. He's done a really great job pitching this year. As 2 strikes on. Nope, that one's high.
Looks like little technical difficulties.
A little lag in the stream, but should resume here pretty quickly.
I mean, little technical difficulties in an 8-1 ball game. I think the Satellites, they just got a couple of innings, able to build that 8-run lead. And I mean, Aiden, they've pretty much been in control this entire game.
Yeah, there really hasn't been any weaknesses here in the Satellites team. I mean, we made a couple errors early on, but man, Braden Grass was setting the tone, and hitting wise, this team, they're just tough outs. I mean, even when they get on the base pass, it's not fun for the pitcher. It puts a lot of pressure on them. They're just a hard team to beat, hard team to face, and just good all around. So good team effort here by the Satellites. This stream is taking a little bit longer than usual, but just stay with us, folks. It's clearing up here. As I believe Zach Hanshire is out. Don't know what it was, but he's that's going to be one out here in the top of the 6th. And now Gavin Gross steps up to the plate. The bottom of the lineup has really come through here for the Satellites. I mean, Tommy Sullivan has an RBI single. Jacob Oman's got an RBI single. Brandon Young's got 2 RBIs. So that back end of the lineup's played really well here for the Satellites. There's Gavin Gross, takes that one for a ball. Check swing there, did not go. So, did he go? Nope. First base umpire said nope. That's going to be another ball here to Gavin. Here comes the delivery from Heminger. That ball's fouled back. Comes the delivery to Gavin. A ball. Heminger a little frustrated there. Thought he had it, but Gavin Gross is going to reach on a walk there. His first time getting on base safely here today. There's Bradley Farrell, who had a beautiful double his last time up. Steps up to the plate. There's a pickoff attempt, but Gavin's going to get back in time. One out here in the top of the 6th. Satellites up 8-1. Had a no-hitter going through 5. But as that ball is roped past the second baseman, looks like that's going to be another double here by Bradley Farrell, but he slows up. He's going to stick with a single as Gavin Gross will advance to third. Nice rip there by Farrell. Dusty just completely clobbered that ball past the second baseman there, Ringel.
Yeah, a really good piece of hitting there for Farrell, as the Satellites not really content with this lead, and, well, they continue to put it on.
Looks like they're going to pinch hit here for Bryson Glissick as Billy Bird steps up to the plate, number 34, sophomore. They're going to check on the runner at third, but Bradley Farrell is going to get in there standing up, so he will have another stolen base. I believe that's his 10th stolen base of the year.
Yeah, and for this this tournament, that the Satellites are playing in as that's called strike. I think the Satellites they should be a 2 seed because they're second in the conference. Um, while Lacrosse is, I believe, a 6 seed, and South Central looking at advance as wild pitch.
Another wild pitch there, Dusty. So it's going to be 9-1 as Gavin Gross is going to score from third. Now Bradley Farrell's at third. Billy Bird still up to the plate. The Satellites increased their lead to 9-1. Still only one out here in this inning. Called strike. 2 strikes here on Billy.
Yeah, and I believe it's the 6th inning. So if I'm not mistaken, the Tigers are down to their final 6 outs.
Yep, top of the 6th. And if the Satellites maybe, I mean, they're up 9-1, so if they can manufacture 2 more runs, Tigers could be left with only 3 outs, but they're going to steal home. Oh, my goodness. Bradley Farrell steals home. It's the second time I think I've seen that this year, but did he not touch the plate? Oh, he touched. Oh, okay. He did touch the plate. He's just going to double check
make
here.
sure.
Oh, he's going to do the point. And let them steal. So Bradley Farrell steals home.
Yeah,
Wow.
Aiden, as I was saying, if for the Tigers, if they can't, make a play like that, why not still home?
Yeah, you're not wrong, Dusty. I mean, they've had a couple balls in the dirt, but wow, what a play! As that's a great diving catch there by Tanner Ringel. Wow, so we got 2 great back-to-back plays, but wow, Zach Coulter, what a call there! Steals home. Now it is a 10-1 ball game. Wow, you do not see that a lot, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we were witnessing some history with the no-hitter, but talk about stealing home. I mean, whew, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, stealing home, I really don't know which is more rare, stealing home or getting a no-hitter.
The only time I've ever saw someone steal home live was Wander Franco. I did see a highlight of Trey Turner stealing home in college when he was at NC State, but yeah, I think I've only ever seen one person steal home. So yeah, talk about a rare occurrence. And I believe either Zach Hampshire or Brandon Young stole home in the last game I broadcasted. But yeah, you do not see that every day.
Yeah, and so that just adds to my point of the Satellites just being aggressive this entire game, and it doesn't get more aggressive than that.
Yeah, they're up 8 runs. I was not thinking in general that they would have done that, but I mean that's why you gotta love watching these Satellites play baseball. You never know what you're gonna get. And with a team as fast as they are extremely dangerous on the base path, and I mean that's a prime example. Stealing home. I mean, I couldn't believe how far he got, Dusty, where the pitch was. Even if the pitcher just casually threw it to the catcher, I mean, it was going to be a close play either way, but catcher just couldn't control it there, and Bradley got in pretty easily. But man, what a great jump he got, and what a great call there by Zach Coulter.
Yeah, just the Satellites really applying the pressure and just testing the Tigers, and it's really worked out for them, Aiden.
As we now head to the bottom of the 6th, Satellites are up 10-1. Gavin Gross on the mound. As there is an absolutely filthy curveball, another one of your patented pitches there, Dusty. Really, you think it's going to hit you, you try to back out of the way, and it just comes right back inside on that corner. That's just a great pitch.
Yeah, and I mean, for the batter. I kind of thought that hit him.
Yeah, I did too. It looked like it, another
Yeah.
fastball there, but yeah, I thought it grazed him or maybe hit him as well.
But yeah, for the batter, you think it's gonna hit you, and it goes in as a strike. I mean, as the batter, I mean, it's kind of embarrassing, if you're the one in the batter's box right there.
Yeah, you almost kind of freeze up when that comes because you think it's coming at you. You're thinking, all right, I got to get out of the way of this. And then it just is, yeah, he kind of has to desperate. Like, how do you know if that's going to be a curveball or fastball? It looks like a fastball 90% of the way, and then it just, boop. So it's just, these Tigers have just had a tough time finding hits here and manufacturing runs. They still only have one hit today, but a beautiful hit by Noah Kneifel down the third base line. Was able to score a run here for the Tigers.
Yeah, it's really been hard for these batters to decipher these satellites pitchers.
It's Carter Burkholder gets on base with a walk. So now Jesse Rhoda, who walked his last time up, steps up to the dish. Nice pitch there by Gavin. 0-1 here to Jesse. So there goes the runner. Oh, what a throw there by Jax. Wow, he didn't get him in time. I thought for sure that Carter Burkholder would be thrown out there at second, but he's able to get in there under the tag. So now it's a 1-1 count here on Rhoda.
Yeah, maybe the throw a little bit off.
That ball gets by, almost got by Boss, but it's able to make the play. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth. Oh, he does it again, Dusty. Jesse Rhoda just froze there. I mean, not much you can really do there as a batter. You're thinking it's going to come in and hit you, and then it just last second. Just really great pitch there by Gavin Gross. He gets his third strikeout of the day.
Yeah, and really good job there by Gavin Gross, just kind of mixing the pitches, going fastball, curveball, just really keep the batter, off balance and just using both of those pitches to his advantage.
Now, the lefty first baseman Ian Domes steps up to the plate. Struck out his last time up. He swings through that one and fouls it off of him. So here comes the delivery to Doms. He takes that one for a called strike. So 2 strikes here on Ian Doms. Two-strike pitch. Swings, fouls that one off. So way to foul that one off by Domes as he continues this at bat.
Yeah, and again, Gavin Gross getting ahead here in the count and pretty much just staying ahead.
So that one goes in and hits him. It's going to be the second hit by pitch batter today. Ian Domes gets on base safely his second time. It looks like they're going to pinch run here. For Carter Burkholder there at second.
Yeah, and for Gavin Gross, you have a lot of room to work with a 10-1 lead, but you really don't want to let up just yet.
As there's a check swing, I don't believe he went, so it's going to be 1-0 here to. Is that Cade Kazelke? I believe it is. Yep, number 19, Cade Kazelke. Walked his last time up. Good catch there by Jackson Boss. Here comes the pitch. That one's high, so a little trouble here for Gross trying to find the strike zone. Satellites are still only giving up one hit. Good pitch there by Gavin.
Yeah, and for Gross, I think you just really want to keep pounding the strike zone until the Tigers, show that they can hit it.
So he throws that one there. That's going to be a hit. So that's going to be the first hit of the day, second hit of the day here by the Tigers as Cade Kazelke gets a single. Now we got the bases loaded here, Dusty. It looks like manager for the Satellites is going to come out and speak with his pitcher.
Yeah, you have this game well under control. You really don't want to let it, get out of hand, just little by little. So I think a really good conference here by the Satellites coach.
Looks like, yep, they're going to keep in Gavin Gross here. Maybe just try and calm him down here, leave his nerves. He's got a big lead, so nothing to get too concerned about, but you definitely don't want to have an inning where you give up 8 or 9 runs. So see if they're just trying to – oh, maybe they're making a switch. Umpires out there. Yep, looks like they're going to come in and take out Gavin Gross. Not sure who they're bringing in yet. Maybe Josh can chime in and let us know.
Yeah, and I think a good decision here.
They're bringing in Bradley Farrell after his stellar performance at Hebron the other night to kind of close things out, even though it's a 9-run ball game here.
Thank you, Josh. Yeah, he had a beautiful performance against Hebron the other night. Only let up 1 base runner. I mean, we're gonna have a lot of fun watching him, Dusty. I know I was having a lot of fun the other night. Guy just has a lot of velocity. It's got to be frustrating for these hitters after having a couple pitchers who throw filthy curveballs to have a guy come in who can just run it right by you. So I'm really excited to see him pitch here today. Guy just throws super hard. Also has the lowest ERA on the team with a .28. So it is hard to score runs with this guy, but let's see if he can get out of this tough jam here. So he was doing the DH in today, but going to get a little action on this mound. So we got to see a couple of my favorite pitchers on the Satellites pitch today. Obviously, Braden Grass had an exceptional performance, but Bradley Farrell is going to come out here and try and finish this ball game here for the Satellites as we're in the bottom of the 6th. Bases loaded, only 1 out. Tanner Ringel up to the dish. Had a sack bunt last time. Can't imagine he would be sack bunting here, but you never know. As that one's high, so ball 1 here to Tanner. Here comes the 1-0. That's a ball, so Tanner's ahead in the count here, 2-0. Had a sack bunt and struck out today. As that one's high, so 3-0 here to Ringel. Dusty is Bradley's in a little bit of a jam here, down 3-0. Definitely doesn't want to walk in a run. Looks like Jackson's fixing his headset or headgear. That's going to be ball 4, so Bradley Farrell walks in a run. As the lead goes down to 8, Satellites up 10-2. Bases loaded, only 1 out. Now we go back to the top of the order. Brendan Tarter reached on an error his last time up.
Yeah, and so Bradley Farrell, that was the first batter he had seen. So, maybe getting out the jitters, the kind of early butterflies, comes back with a strike.
Not sure what they're going over here. Maybe they're giving him a new ball or something. Not sure what that was, but for a second I thought he was checking him for sticky stuff, but there's no way a high school umpire would do that. Maybe he was just switching the ball. As that's a beautiful pitch. That's the first strike here for Bradley. As here comes. Oh, that one gets by. So another run here is going to score for the Tigers as they cut a little bit more to that lead, 10-3 here. Satellites still up 7, but the tough bottom of the 6th here, Dusty, giving up 3 runs. Or 2 runs. I apologize, 2 runs.
Yeah, just as I said, you really don't want to let the foot off the gas because, a situation like this can come up. And, if you can't, hit your spots, it can get away very quickly.
As that one swung on and missed. Or that's going to be strike 3. So Bradley Farrell gets his first strikeout of the day. That's going to be the 12th strikeout in total here for the Satellites. Or 13th strikeout, I apologize. 13th strikeout here for the Satellites. As now they have 2 outs. With Noah Kneifel up to the dish. He takes that one for a ball. Noah had a really nice RBI single down the third base line. Broke up the no-hitter as he swings through that one. Oh, time here. Curveball low, so Bradley's having a tough time here finding the strike zone. A little windy day too, so got to get acclimated to that as well. As that one's high, so another ball here to Noah Kneifel. (10-3), 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Nice pitch there by Bradley. So 2 strikes here on Noah Kneifel. Good opportunity to end this inning here by Bradley. Get out of this jam and stop the bleeding. Nice pitch there by Bradley Farrell. Back-to-back strikeouts. 14 Ks today by the Satellites as they head to the top of the 7th with a 7-run lead. Great job by Bradley Farrell to get him out of that jam.
Great job there by Bradley Farrell. Might have, let the Tigers have a couple runs, but able to come back strong.
Yep, gave up a little bit, only 2, but they still got that big 7-run lead, and I'm sure he'll come back in the 7th and close the game. But he still will come up here to bat, so good opportunity to add some more runs. As looks like, is Heminger going to come out and throw this complete game, or is? Oh nope, looks like they're going to be a pitching change. I think that's Ian Domes. Looks like Ian Domes is going to take over on the mound here. Left-hander, played first base. Never mind. Well, it looks like it was a little joke there. It looked like he was stepping on the mound, but gave the ball back to Heminger. So Heminger is going to be pitching here. Or is that Heminger? I think so.
Yeah, Domes maybe trying to pull a Albert Pujols, as I don't know if our viewers had seen that game last night.
Albert Pujols, the famous first baseman for the Cardinals, got his first save ever against the Giants.
First pitching appearance in 10 seasons, or 16? 16
Yep,
seasons?
6. Yep, I think so. Yep.
Yeah, first pitching appearance in 16 seasons for the famous Albert Pujols, and he might have had a 54 ERA, but he was
able to save in the win.
Yeah, he was able to get the save. Able to save the Cardinals some of their bullpen.
Gave their bullpen a nice day off.
Yeah.
Love to see that for the guys in the bullpen.
Yeah, but that game just in general, it was a blowout from the beginning. I don't know if you had seen that.
Yeah, I was. I love Carlos Rodon. I love watching him pitch, but yeah, he struggled early on. I saw Goldschmidt hit that bomb off of him in the first inning. Literally the first pitch he threw him, inside fastball. And the Cardinals, they got Pujols, Arenado. Obviously Goldschmidt. They just have a really good team. But the Giants do too. But yeah, they kind of manhandled them the other day.
Yeah, and the Giants, of course, the best record in baseball, I believe, last year.
Yep.
The Cardinals, they had made the playoffs last year, but this year with Albert Pujols, he said that he's trying to deliver a championship in his last year for St. Louis.
Yeah, they're definitely championship level. This looks like Andrew Wazar is going to come pinch hit here. The brick wall. There's a good pitch. 2 strikes here on Andrew. Or is that 6? Yeah, that's 16. That's Wazar. Yep.
Yeah, and Huizar, you really want to put one into play, as that one just blows by everybody.
1-2 here on Wazar. Here comes the 1-2. Oh, that was a great pitch there by, I believe it is Heminger. Nasty curveball, Dusty, and he goes back to that. That inside curveball has been really working today for both sides. Guys do not want to swing at that.
Whoever it is on the pitching mound, that was a really good pitch. Able to get Huizar for the first out of the inning.
There's another curveball, a little high, but had a lot of break on it. So.
Good curveball by Burkholder here. Count 1-1 3-10 here, Satellites.
Thank you, Josh. So that's Carter Burkholder. Was playing center field, but now he's going to come do the pitching. There's a called strike. So 1-2 here on Tommy Sullivan.
Yeah, I kind of knew there was no way that Heminger was gonna be able to pitch the entire game.
I was going to say, I don't know what his pitch count was, but I'm assuming it was decently high. So, yeah, probably a good move by Schneider of the Tigers to go with Burkholder here. That ball's fouled back. Tommy Sullivan's got 2 strikes on him. That one's inside. So he's going to walk. No, it looks like, is that Jacob Omen? Yes, it is. Jacob Omen at an RBI single was able to beat out the throw with his legs. Got an RBI, big RBI. He plunks him there. So that's going to be another walk here by Burkholder. Brandon Young steps up to the plate. Only 1 out here for the Satellites, up 10-3, top of the 7th.
Yeah, and now 2 base runners on for the Satellites. As I mean, they really want to add to this lead. You know, it might be 7, but 8 is better than 7.
More runs do not hurt you, so no reason to take the foot off the gas. As that ball's fouled back by Brandon Young. Good amount of speed here on the base path with Tommy Sullivan and Jacob Omen. That one's inside for a ball. Can't imagine we'd see another double steal here, but you never know with Satellites.
Yeah, and I mean, if I was the coach, I would kind of have it in mind. I wouldn't put it out the question.
So
Just because, the Tigers haven't really proven that they can make one of those pressure plays.
Brandon Young calls for time there. The ball's fouled off. 2 strikes here on Brandon Young. Okay, so looked like they were intentionally walking him, but maybe they were just rearranging the balls. The wind is blowing hard here. Called strike 3. Great strikeout there by Burkholder, his 2nd of the game. As Brandon Young. That is the first time Brandon Young has been out today, so tough guy to get out, but Burkholder's able to maneuver some nice pitches and sit down. Young is now Zach Hampshire, who has had a tough game today, steps up to the plate. Tough game for Hampshire, but still amazing sophomore. Has had a great season. pitching and hitting. That was a very nice curveball. Two outs here. Curveball in the dirt. It's going to make the throw. So that's the end of the inning. So Burkholder goes through the top of the seventh, does not give up a run as we head to the bottom of the seventh. The Tigers are up to their last three batters, as it looks like Bradley Farrell is going to come in and close this game. See some scores around MLB. Looks like the Tigers just took a 2-0 lead against the Rays. Yankees-Orioles just ended the third, still 0-0. Astros and Red Sox are in the middle of the second. That game is at 0-0. And the Braves and the Brewers are at 0-0. That game just started. You have any World Series predictions here, Dusty? Any teams you think that are going to go the distance? Maybe some underdog teams or some.
Yeah. So I mean, even as a Yankees fan, I mean, as an MLB fan in general, I think that the Yankees have a really good shot. As our camera's kind of tweaking out, I think the Yankees have a really good shot. Just not only because they have the best record in baseball right now. It's just I think their lineup 1 through 9, mostly, probably like 1 through 6. They're kind of clicking right now, and I mean, they just seem like a really dangerous team. So they have a really good chance of coming out of the American League.
Yeah, I would love to see a Yankees-Mets World Series. I think that would be super cool, especially with how good the Mets are this year and the pitching that they have. I think that would be a really cool World Series matchup. I just don't want to see the Dodgers go to the World Series. I think that the baseball needs a year without them going to the World Series. So, well, they did get that last year with the Braves, but I don't know. Not a big Dodgers fanatic, so I would like to see a New York World Series. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, it's kind of the situation of just seeing the same team over and over.
Exactly, and they're very good, but yeah, I mean, yeah, you kind of get bored of seeing the Dodgers in there. Kind of want another team to take their place, but we shall see. As Bradley Farrell, it's 2-0 here to Blaine Russ, the shortstop, walked his last time up.
Yeah, and so as you said, Yankees Mets matchup. That how crazy would that be? Not only because the two ball clubs, how good they are both on the pitching side and on the batting side, but they're both from New York.
I wonder. I don't think. Let me see. As that's so Blaine Russ looks like he's very frustrated. Just threw his bat right there. Don't know what he thought. I mean, I don't know. Maybe just frustration, but thought that was ball. There, he throws it now. I would have laughed if the umpire struck him out, but he gets his walk eventually.
Yeah, I think in a 10-3 ball game, and when things just haven't been going your way, frustration begins to boil over, and I think that's what really happened in that situation.
Maybe the Tigers can get a little rally going as that swung on, so that's going to be a strike. It's Caden Heminger, the pitcher, or pitcher who started the game. Now Burkholder's the pitcher. There's a pickoff attempt. Here comes the 0-1 here to Caden Heminger. There goes Rust. Great pop up there by, nope, he's going to be in there safe. So that's a stolen base there by Blaine Rust. It looks like they're going to come talk to Bradley really fast. Even with a 7-run lead, they want to maybe just go over what pitch he's going to say. Just quick conversation. Maybe they just wanted to let him know what pitch he wanted to throw.
But going back to that World Series matchup, the New York Mets going out and getting a player like Max Scherzer, I wouldn't say they're all in, but I mean, they're kind of a similar team to that Los Angeles Rams team.
Yeah, where they're just at, that Rams team, yeah. As that ball gets by, Huizar off the backstop. Does he get him in time? No, he's safe at third, so Blaine Russ is going to get the third. I mean, we're still up to the plate, but yeah, that Rams team won the Super Bowl this year. Really stacked team. A lot of really good players almost everywhere. I mean, that team really didn't have a weakness. But yeah, the Mets are extremely good. As that one's a shot over to Tommy Sullivan. He makes the play in time. He gets it to Bradley Farrell, so that's going to be an out at first. Blaine Russ is going to score, so it's going to be a 10-4 ball game.
But I mean, at this point in the ball game, you'll trade out for a run any day.
Yep. Now no one's on the base pass as Carter Burkholder was pitching last inning. A couple strikeouts, is up to the dish. Nice curveball there by Bradley. Jesse Rota's on deck. Another nice curveball. Got the corner of the edge. Strike 2. Me personally, if I was in his situation, I would just be looking to swing. I mean, wouldn't be taking a lot of pitches down this many runs in the 6s. That's going to be a strikeout here. Bradley Farrell gets him swinging. Carter goes down on 3 pitches. As now the Tigers are down to their final out. Jesse Rota. As the Satellites now have 14 strikeouts in this game, as that curveball's a little low inside. So 1-0 here to Jesse Rota. Curveball a little high, so 2-0 here to Rota. Three and out here to Rota.
And so looking ahead here for the Satellites, they got that game Wednesday, not really sure as a walk is issued by Farrell. Not really sure who they're going to play, but, if they're able to, create a performance in that game as they did here today, they got a really good shot of winning that game at home.
Yeah, I think you said it, Dusty. They'll be that number 2 seed. Boone Grove will get that number 1 seed. It's going to be a great tournament. I'm looking forward to seeing. Hopefully, they play Hebron again. I would be really excited to broadcast that game again. That was really fun. 1-run ball game, competitive game. But that will happen on Wednesday as they have to figure out the seeding and the rankings. Now Ian Dome steps up to the plate. Fouls that one off.
Yeah, and for the Satellites, they've really had a sensational season. As of course, started the season off on a 4-game win streak.
As he swings through that one. This will get a little win streak going here for the Satellites. This will make up 2 in a row if they're able to get this final strike. And they do. Strike out looking. Bradley Farrell ends this game. The 15th. The 15th strikeout of the day here for the Satellites. Just a masterful performance on the mound. Gavin Gross came in for Braden Grass, who had a no-hitter through 5. Bradley Farrell came in and relieved Gavin Gross. just a spectacular pitching performance. And offensively, bottom of the lineup, I mean, Tommy Sullivan had an RBI, Jacob Oman had an RBI, Brendan Young had 2, Bryson Glissick had 2 beautiful swings up the middle to get 2 RBIs, and just a great game all around here by the Satellites, Dusty.
Yeah, I mean, you got to really love that rooster.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you know, getting yet another strikeout, just plenty of strikeouts. Here for the Satellites, and as I said at the beginning of the season, how they had that 4-game win streak. With this win here today, they topped that and now have a 5-game win streak going.
Yeah, my X factor, I think yours is going to be. What were you saying, Josh?
My Grass. When you have 11 strikeouts yourself and dominate with what you're given from the umpire, and even though it was late today, but it's always good to beat a rival. But most likely probably going to play Morgan Township at Morgan Township next game on Wednesday. So, Dusty, what are your feelings about the Cherokees in this Porter County Conference? What have you seen that's kind of different today with the Tigers?
Yeah, I think it's a good ball club. But as I said before, if South Central can repeat this performance that they had today, I think they got a really, really good shot of taking that game on Wednesday and extending their win streak to 6.
Yeah, I agree, Dusty. I think, hey, if you come out and pitch like Braden Grass pitched today, there's not many teams in Porter County that can beat you. I mean, even Boone Grove, if they go up against them and pitch that well, that's going to be a really, really good ball game. So I'm excited to see how the Satellites can carry in the momentum they have. So we'll see how they play on Wednesday, but it's a big win, and proud of Braden Grass he should be very proud of himself. And no hitter through 5. A lot of pitchers in high school can't say they did that. So that was a pretty impressive performance there by him.
Yeah, I don't think it's a hard decision. I think it's clearly Braden Grass that gets game ball here. He had the no hitter going. It's still a questionable decision, taking him out. But you kind of understand the thought process of the coach. But yeah, he would definitely get my game ball.
Same way, Dusty. That's what I was gonna say. I don't know. I mean, hitting wise, you can give it to Glissick, maybe Brandon Young, but on that defensive side, anybody but Braden Grass, I don't think is the right choice. Yeah, he was sensational. Like Josh said, 11 strikeouts, only 2 walks, didn't even give up a hit. So just a sensational day on the mound, and excited to see when he pitches next and who he goes against.
Yeah, and so good win for the Satellites. They go to 14-8 overall, but more importantly, they go to 7-1 in conference play.
Yeah, that's the big one. 7-1, and like we said earlier, they're ranked 142nd in the state. I believe Boone Grove is ranked in the top 50. So, they only have 1 loss to beat them. That's pretty impressive. So.
And Aiden, nice job on the.
Oh shoot!
What'd you say, Josh?
Connection a little testy.
Yeah, it was a little laggy.
I said nice. Oh, I said nice job on the score because you got it perfectly.
Oh, thank you.
10-4 was the final score.
Wait,
Yeah,
was that your prediction?
oh, it was. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, it was
Hey,
10-4. I kind of
well,
just after Grass had that no hitter, I kind of figured that the Tigers wouldn't score any runs, but they. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, 10-4. Yeah,
wow. I mean, doesn't get more perfect than that, right?
we'll take it. Yeah, we'll take it. So good game by the Satellites. Thanks for proving me right. But yeah, that was a fun game.
Yep. Great game, great win. And Wednesday should also be a great game. But I think that'll do it. Gonna probably wrap
So
it up here.
we'll wrap this up and we'll be on to the next. It looks like
Josh is
Josh
lagging a little bit.
may have lagged out there.
Yeah. So, um, nope. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Good job today.
Good job, Dusty. Are you on Wednesday too?